Hello, Lulu. How are you? Marta Felix, I'm doing well. How are you? Lulu, I'm getting a yes. Queen of Cups. Hi, Amy. Marta, I'm not getting that he's in love with you right now. I got the 7 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. I think that he has appreciation for you, and maybe strong feelings, but I'm not getting in love. Fabi, I am getting a yes. 9 of Pentacles and 4 of Wands. You're welcome, Marta. Amy, I got no. 7 of Swords. Lala, I got a no. 8 of Cups. Pitts, I got a no. 4 of Pentacles. Felicity, I have a no. 4 of Pentacles. Positive vibes, I have a yes. Queen of Swords. Sienna, I'm getting a yes. The Empress. Peter, I am getting a yes. The Star. You're welcome, Sienna. Amy, I still think it's too soon. I'm not getting that he's closed off, but I just feel like he's off the grid, if that makes sense. Like, I just don't feel like he's got much to say. It's not that I feel like there's a block, I just feel like there's nothing. So, when someone kind of goes off grid, you know how you can't reach them, there's no cell service. Like, that's kind of what I feel, is that I just can't reach his thoughts right now. Lala, did you donate? Elizabeth, I can add you. Just post your free question in the chat. It has to be a yes/no format. For the free questions, there's about 5 minutes left. It's one per person. A yes/no question. Lala, that sounds good. I'll save your question for when it's your turn, okay? Hey, beautiful love. How are you? Elizabeth, I have a yes, 2 of cups. Beautiful love, the free list is open for about 4 more minutes. Lala, I got your donation. I'll add you to the list, okay? It did, and I still have your question, so I'll put it back on the screen when it's your turn, all right? If anyone is here that pre-ordered before the live stream, please check in with me. Holly and Lala, you don't have to check in with me. I know you're here. Holly, I have your question. Thank you. You're welcome, Lala. So, beautiful love, I am getting a yes. I had the Two of Pentacles, which can mean maybe or most likely, but I asked for clarification and I got the Knight of Wands. So I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like it's going to happen soon. And I'm choosing to view the Two of Pentacles as like karma balancing itself. So that's a yes. For Cushy, I have for the Cushy question. I don't think so. Not at this time. Oh, actually, hold on a second. Hold on. Because I have the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Actually, I take that back. I think that there is a reconciliation here. Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So you and Cushy, I feel like there will, yes, be a reconciliation. Two of the cards came out together and they got stuck together. So I didn't realize that there was a different message there. I thought it was just the Ten of Swords, but it turns out that it was two cards. Ray, I feel like this person, if they came in contact with you, I think they would extend an olive branch or some type of apology to you, because I do think that they want things to get easier between the two of you. Six of Swords, but I don't think that Rhonda's necessarily going to go out of her way to meet with you. I think that if it happens, it happens. But I don't think that she's sitting here wishing that it would happen. Does that make sense? Rachel, I'm getting that he's not ready to contact you. Nine of Pentacles and Ten of Wands. I feel like he's still struggling a bit right now on his own. I guess, and feeling the weight of it all. And I think that he's just trying to process how he feels. The Nine of Pentacles indicates that he still wants to keep his distance, because it's a very independent energy, the Nine of Pentacles. It kind of indicates that he wants to be on his own for right now. Earth Angel, I have a yes. Queen of Swords. Morning. Hello. Welcome in. Morning. I have a yes. The Empress. You're welcome, beautiful love. Sophie. Sophie, I have a yes, Knight of Cups. So, Ray, if she's already requested to meet with you, then with the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Swords, then I would say yes, because it's like those cards indicate like an extension of peace and wishful thinking for an easier time ahead or getting over some type of hardship. All right, guys, we are going to move on to donations. Let me update the list really quickly. So, Lala, just so you know, I have 2 mini readings for you and a yes/no question. And for Holly, I believe, if you want to confirm with me, I have an 8-card reading for Holly. Unless, Holly, you prefer my love spread option. In the description, I have a mini love spread where you can choose option 1 or 2. So if you want to select from there, you can, Holly, or I can just do like a freestyle reading and see what comes out. If you have a preference, just let me know. Yeah, Holly, for sure. I'll do that. Okay. All right, let's see. All right, Holly. So to start, I pulled an Astro card and I got House 2. So this talks to physical possessions and security, as well as material values and self-worth. So I feel like there's some type of codependency that you guys have on one another. Now, if you don't feel that way, it could be that he might have a codependency on you that he's trying to break. Keep in mind, codependencies are not healthy. You can have feelings for someone, love someone, care for someone, but if you have a codependency on them, that's a big problem. It seems like the relationship is relying too much on the other person's thoughts and feelings. We're having a hard time kind of living for ourselves. So I think that maybe he's realizing that He has, I guess, some type of attachment to you that he perceives to be negative. Um, you cut the relationship off because he needs to heal. Okay, that makes sense. He's acknowledging here that he understands that. Because he, like I said, has some type of attachment to you that feels like it's negative. It's not beneficial to your connection. I think that he's here saying that he wants to make a change. He's highly influenced with Uranus energy, so it's indicating that he's here for some type of significant transformation. I do have a card here that indicates that he is trying to acquire personal independence. So we can say from this reading that it does seem like he's working on himself. What are his feelings for Holly, please? What are his feelings for Holly? So he's saying that he feels like the future of your connection is not clear, but he's saying one step at a time. I'm trying to take things one step at a time. How does he feel for Holly, please? I feel like his desire is to come back. He wants to reconcile with you, but I think he understands that he might only have one more chance at a new start. And I think that he's really trying hard to make sure that when you guys communicate again, that you can tell that there has been some enlightenment that he's had or some progress that he's made. I do feel like right now, or maybe initially, like whenever this first went down and you cut him off, I think he did feel betrayed. I think that he was kind of playing the victim and having like a pity party for himself. But I do think up until this point now that he's acknowledging that some changes were really needing to be made, and he understands that he was going through some type of like unhealthy like mental like habits or actions, potentially toxic, that it just seemed like things were going around and around. And let's see, what are his feelings towards Holly? What are his feelings towards Holly? So, Holly, he's saying that you're like the grounded one in this relationship. I have the King of Pentacles, and he's saying like, or I guess he's showing me that you're the one that makes the best decisions for you guys, that you are grounded, you have a good head on your shoulders, you want to do things the right way. How does he feel towards Holly? How does he feel towards Holly? Again, I keep going back and forth. Maybe that's because every day for him is a little bit different. Maybe overall progress is there, but maybe sometimes he can default back into like a more negative side of himself, because there's like, remember how I said in the beginning when this all happened, he was feeling like a victim mentality, and he was having like a little pity party for himself, feeling betrayed by you. The last card in the reading I have is the Eight of Cups, where he's feeling abandoned as well. But again, I'm thinking that maybe it keeps going back and forth because maybe he's currently experiencing a lot of highs and lows, and I think he's probably just trying to calibrate himself. But overall, I do feel like he's understanding more of why you've made the decisions that you have, and that I feel like he wants to try harder. Holly, I feel like if he didn't, I don't think that he would be wanting to make some changes. I think one of the reasons is because he is trying to do better himself. He's trying to make himself a priority and love himself more. But I don't think that he would be making these changes for the sake of your relationship if he didn't. Lala, if you're here, go ahead and check in with me, please. Thank you, Holly. Yeah, sometimes the hardest things in life. Isn't that a song? What are the lyrics? What are the lyrics? Sometimes the hardest things and the right thing are the same. That's the lyric I'm hearing. Is that the Fray? Yeah, the Fray sings a song called All at Once. And the lyrics, one of the lyrics is that sometimes the hardest thing and the right thing are the same. So maybe that song will mean something to you. Thank you, Holly. You're welcome. All right, Lala is here. So Lala, I'm gonna shuffle for your first reading right now. So Lala, I asked if his energy was closed off to you today, and I am getting a yes. I have the Three of Swords and the Queen of Swords. This indicates that he's very defensive right now. He's guarded, he's cautious, he's hesitant. Three of Swords actually means being separated or being in separation. And I feel like with those two cards, it's indicating that he's not really here to make any action towards you. Let's see why. Why is he not reaching out to Lala? Why is he not reaching out? Why is he not reaching out? Why is he not reaching out? He's showing some feelings of dissatisfaction or being unsatisfied, not being happy with the way that things might have been going between you guys. Why is he not reaching out? He says he's still trying to heal. Why is he not reaching out? I see with the Hermit card, he's really kind of going within himself to try to pull out some type of wisdom or maybe figure out what it is that he is feeling. The Hermit card talks about trying to go within to receive some type of enlightenment about your purpose in his life or a better understanding of the connection. And it does come with the element of being antisocial. So he could feel it's just not the right time right now, Wheel of Fortune time, to have a conversation with you. It says being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity. So I feel like he's trying to maybe distance himself from you so that way you aren't able to influence maybe how he's feeling or what he's thinking. He's trying to come to terms with things or answer his own questions on his own. Yeah, it seems like that's what I'm gathering here, Lala. What is your second question for your mini reading? Hey, Amber, sit tight and I can answer your question. I'll have to get to you in between donations, okay? Okay. Why doesn't he want a commitment right now? Why doesn't he want a commitment? Why doesn't he want a commitment? So, Lala, there's a message again coming through about dissatisfaction, like feeling unsatisfied. Do you feel like it's possible that maybe through getting to know you, he may have thought to himself that it may not be what he's looking for right now? Because there's something here about, like, it's like a repeating theme that keeps saying, I didn't like the way that things were going, or maybe I wasn't ready for the way that things were going. And I feel like he's here kind of saying, like, I needed to kind of stop while I was ahead. The Four of Cups indicates that he is not paying attention to the good things in his life right now. He's focused a lot more on negative stuff. The Four of Cups has a hand outstretched towards a person and says, here's something really great. Here's something for you, something you've been wanting for a long time. And that person's not even paying attention to that thing and focused on all the other things that aren't going right. So I almost feel like you're like a gift to him from the universe, and he's too focused on a bunch of other things that could go wrong, or a bunch of other things that aren't working out for him. He's not paying attention to what's right underneath his nose, you know? A lot of times people don't see what's right in front of them, and I feel like he's kind of in that place at the moment. Yeah, he's feeling very negative. Another reason why he's not able to give commitment right now is that he's lacking self-confidence or self-esteem. Three of Wands and 10 of Cups indicate that he's out of alignment, that he's not feeling very good about himself. Three of Swords can also indicate pain from the past that has recently resurfaced that he is trying to work through. Yeah, that's not good. Not good at all. What is your yes/no question, Lala? All right, let's take a look at the next few months, what this trajectory is looking like. Will things turn around for Gideon and Lala once he's more stable? So Lala, I am getting a no, the devil. Addiction, depression, mental health issues, ego, dependency, attachment, obsession. I feel like these are just it's the devil. So it's like very dark, what he is going through. So your question along this current trajectory, I am getting a no. Now keep in mind, it could be a no because it's not going to happen within the next 6 months. Or it could be a no because over the next 6 months, he doesn't get stable. But as far as like the way your question is worded, I am getting a no. This something in me is it basically wanting to tell you that I think you're gonna get over this person and just feel the need to move on after a while. Of course, the future can change, but that's the current trajectory that I'm getting at this time. You're welcome, Lala. James, are you here? MBS. I just put a message in the chat for you. Lala, I hope you have a good rest of your day. James, yes, we're about to get started on your reading. Amber, I have a yes, Ace of Wands. James, we are shuffling for you now. All right, so James, I have the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, the Fool, Three of Cups, Hanged Man, and Five of Pentacles. Okay, so James, as far as like what she's going to give to this connection, I feel like it's the Eight of Pentacles here, meaning that she believes that this relationship is worth the effort. She may be scared to do it, she may be nervous to do it, she may have certain feelings that we don't even know about at this point, but regardless, I think that she feels it's worth putting in the work. It's worth putting in the effort because at the end of the day, she wants something that she can feel proud of. And I think that she has her intuition screaming at her, telling her, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. Her thoughts are very all over the place. She's thinking a mile a minute. She's overthinking. Even Eight of Wands is like a lot of movement. If it's in her head and it's Eight of Wands, it means that she's just having a lot of things going on and a lot of daydreaming, a lot of ideas. She's just thinking a mile a minute, if that makes sense. I do feel that she feels that you are a good thing for her. She thinks that this feel like deep down she feels that way, and I think that there's certain times where she wishes that she could just start over with you and just kind of have a clean slate, and not have like this baggage that she feels is bleeding into your connection. I think that she wants to and intends to have a more lighthearted, happy relationship with you. Um, she just, I think, feels a little bit guilty and maybe even a little bit ashamed of herself for the way that she's handled things in this connection with you. As far as blocks, is that she has major control issues. That stems from needing to over prepare herself, needing to make sure that she's not going to end up being hurt. But her block here, I guess, or her lesson that she needs to learn is that she needs to just let go a little bit. You can't control every single thing in life. And I think that's something that she's maybe discovering, but having a very hard time coping with and dealing with and understanding that she can't control you. She can't control someone else. She can't control the outcome of what's going to happen between you guys. And she needs to let go of that feeling that she needs to be over prepared. If she's going to give this a shot, she needs to just trust that just because of what she's experienced before doesn't mean it's going to happen again. The energy around the relationship we have is Five of Pentacles. It is indicating that the hardships that you've recently experienced are temporary. And while maybe you guys are kind of, I wouldn't even say you guys are in separation because I do feel like you guys are communicating, or at least have been recently. Maybe the both of you just aren't as close to each other as you want to be. Hi, Vin. Welcome in. Hopefully, you're doing well. Sophie, I just post the donation list above. James, yeah, I'm really wanting it to get lighthearted. We've been that before. I feel like she makes our interactions now a tower moment and everything has felt yucky. Yeah, I feel like she's being very difficult lately, right? Kind of like a, obstinate, right? She's just being very unreasonable, and it's making things very difficult for you and your connection. Just the stubbornness that's there is wild. But I do think that she knows that she's been unflexible. And I think it's been intentional. She doesn't want you to, for lack of better words, be able to penetrate into her energy. Like she does not, she's being so protective, that it's making her now almost really rigid and uncompromising. Um, and you can't really, and that's that control. That's like that feeling of like, I need to make sure that I know exactly what's going to happen and how it's going to happen. And she's got she got to loosen up a little bit. She's taking everything too seriously. Yeah, totally. Or create an issue when it's not there. Yeah. Yep. That's part of the fool. Um, her wishing that she handled things differently. Like she's, like I said, a little bit guilty, feeling a little guilty, feeling a little ashamed of her behavior. What's your question for your mini reading? Are you clawing the couch, Bodhi? I'm gonna beat your butt. Um, just ignore that. My cats, they know they're not what they're supposed to claw and what they're not supposed to claw. And sometimes they lose their head a bit. James, that's okay. I got you. Okay. So let's shuffle for the first question. Or I guess I should say the first mini, not the first question. First mini. Okay. So, James, it was posted for you to see. Okay? The message was directed towards you, but it wasn't about you. I feel like she wanted you to see that. She wanted you to know the work that she's putting in from a distance. So when you say was it directed towards you, the message was directed towards you. But the information about cutting negative cords, she wasn't saying you were a negative cord. She was saying that I guess someone else is or other people are, and she wants you to know that she's trying to cut these people off. So it was an indirect message towards you about what she's doing, but you are not considered a negative cord to her. I don't believe that. Okay. Because I was like, wait a second. That's why I had to get really specific with the question, because I was like, I feel like you were supposed to see the message, but I don't feel the message was about you. So I was like, let me break it down a little bit more specifically, and that's the message I got from Spirit. So that hopefully answers your question. Let me know whenever you're ready to get started on your second mini slash third question. All right, let's take a look here. Should James ask her to go to yoga tomorrow morning? Should James ask her to go to yoga tomorrow morning? James, so I feel like I'm getting a no. So I have a couple of cards that actually just mean no. I have the Knight of Swords and the Five of Wands. I see here Ace of Pentacles and King of Pentacles being you, like trying to kind of maybe have another time, like spend more time with her or be able to see her, and you have the best intentions with this offer, Page of Cups, but I'm seeing her as like the Five of Wands, conflict. It says like a temper, like her temperament is not really the best at this time, and Knight of Swords indicates that she might come in like quick. She might say something that she doesn't want to say. Even if she says yes to this yoga thing, it might not be the best for your connection to actually go to yoga together. So I'm going with no, at least right now. Maybe this just isn't the best time. We can always see, you know, like another day. It seems like you go to yoga a lot, but right now I just kind of feel like she's kind of snappy, quick tempered, short tempered. And again, even if she's happy with this proposal to go to yoga, it might not be like 100% beneficial for your connection. There's too much, like, there's too much unstable energy that I feel like things could take a turn very quickly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, James, exactly. And I just wouldn't want you to be caught on the other end of that because that's not really fair to you, especially when you're so well intentioned with that offer. Yeah, I wanted to tell her, even if you don't want to go with me, just try going, you'll feel better and you won't regret it. Yeah, James, I don't know. I think even saying something like that could set her off. I think if she's looking for the negative, she'll find it. She'll be like, I don't know, something stupid like, I don't need you to mansplain to me what would make me feel better. Thanks, but no thanks. Like, I feel like she could completely, like, I don't know. I'm concerned about her unstable energy and her, like, just being very temperamental at this time. I just don't want you to be on the other end of it because truly I don't think it's directed towards you at all. And I just don't want you to stick your neck out and then get it bit off. You know what I mean? You said you're right. She would totally do that. Yeah, I think just for now, like maybe in a couple days we can check in again. I'll see if it's changed at all, but oh no, has she done that before? Yes, that's why it was so funny that you said that. Wow. Oh gosh, that's crazy. She's a feisty one, isn't she? Okay, guys, I'm going to hop off here for a quick second, take a mini break, and then I'll be back. Up next is MBS for at least one, mini, maybe two. Otherwise, there's no other donations, so there shouldn't be too long of a wait. Um, I'm here monitoring the chat throughout this process. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Hey guys, I am back. And MBS is on the list, so we're going to go ahead and get started. MBS, thank you for checking in. So let's go ahead and shuffle for your first question. And then you can let me know if you are going to want your second question answered. So MBS, I get that there was some level of attraction here. I'm having a hard time getting like that, you're the person he's been the most attracted to, that he's been involved with. Like, I'm getting that there was a level of attraction, but I don't know, maybe it wasn't enough or something to keep the relationship going. Now I do feel like he liked that he thinks this is a weird message. He feels that other people were attracted to you, and that made him more attracted to you. He felt like he liked being in connection to you or having access to you, especially when knowing that other people might want to be with you. That was like something that made him really excited, because objectively you're an attractive person, and I think that you do turn heads and other people do notice you. I don't know if that was enough to keep this person connected to you. I think that attraction alone wasn't enough to keep this going. So number one, he really liked, Jason really liked that you were conventionally attractive and that you turned other people's heads. He felt like you had a fiery energy and a very like kind-hearted demeanor. I think he likes your innocence as well. Or maybe not innocence, but like pure-heartedness, I guess you could say. I'm having a hard time picking up physicality, but I would say your eyes and your body were a big thing, because the Queen of Cups is here. And to me, that indicates like the eyes, the window to the soul, and then bodies of water, physical bodies, is what Queen of Cups is associated with. So your physique, I would say. I am getting pulled a little bit to your hair, not as much as your body, but a little bit your hair. I don't know if you I feel okay, so I'm just gonna be very straightforward here. I have the Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles, it depicts a person juggling two things. So my assumption is, like, if you have really nice boobs, like, I think that's what he really liked about you, or maybe your ass, I'm not sure. But the main thing that I'm picking up as far as like physicality was more your body than anything. But I think that he still thought you were conventionally attractive, and that made him like you, or be however attracted he was to you. I would say that's the thing that's standing out the most, is that he was attracted to the fact that other people liked you. He liked knowing that he could have you if he wanted, and he could keep you away from other people. That was kind of like a turn on for him. I think that I'm not gonna sit here and say that I don't think that he was attracted to you, because the Queen of Wands is here, so like he definitely means that he found you attractive. In the conventional sense, meaning that you're objectively very attractive. I think that for him, you might not have been his quote unquote type, or maybe he's highlighting the fact that out of all of the people he's ever talked to, you weren't the most attractive to him. But he did find you attractive. MBS, yeah, feel free to do that if you'd like. Just let me know when you're ready. I'm not really sure like how much I can dive into it, because I was already having, to be honest, a hard time getting specifics for you. So if you want to ask like a different type of question, you can. But like I said, you were looking for specifics of what he like he was attracted to, and I was having a hard time even with just a couple of cards pulling the details. So just let me know, like, I feel some type of way, him being attracted to the fact that other people liked me. Yeah, some men are like that though. I mean, I'm not saying that he didn't think you were hot, okay? I'm not saying he wasn't like, oh, she's like really, really attractive. I think that just, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm just going in circles at this point. But you said you guys are talking or not talking right now? Potentially. Your innocence. Are you young? Or do you give off like an innocent, like do you have an innocent like essence about you? Oh, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. You said you're not. You cut him off. Oh, yeah. Big, big difference. Wow, that's a big difference in age. My goodness. Hey, Ray, thank you for donating. I'll update the list in a second. But while I am looking at it, let's see. Oh, great. My computer's trying to freeze on me. Bear with me, guys. All right, if you guys can hear me, my computer just froze on me, so I'm going to be right back. I'm so sorry. Just let me close everything out and I will be right back. Just stay here. Hey guys, so sorry about that. My computer froze. I wasn't sure if you could hear me or not, but I was like, I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. All right. So M says that you probably took advantage of your age gap. Nothing really happened because you left. Or wait, nothing really happened because you left yourself. So like, yeah, I feel like you just like the bragging rights to being involved with you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like it was more about like showing you off or like flexing on that. It just feels a little icky personally. I was picking up on your eyes specifically in your physical body. I'm not saying no about your, your face as a whole. I'm not saying no, but it's not what I was picking up. Okay. So let me update the list. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay. So MBS, I got your donation and I'm about to work on your second question. And then after this, we have Ray. Tina. Yes, Tina. Sit tight for me. You're gonna be after Ray, okay? Make sure that you're here when I call on you. If you don't want to be here while I do your reading, I'll just do it and then you can come back later and watch it, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and just update the donation list because this is getting crazy. And I just want to make sure everyone knows where they are. All right, so after MBS, we are working on her right now. After that, we have Ray. And then after that, we have Tina. And then after that, the list is open. If I missed anyone, please let me know. Okay, so another question, you mentioned he did not think I was the most attractive out of the women that he talked to. That's what I was picking up. So, MBS, what is your question in regards to that? Hey, Paula, welcome in. How are you? Okay, you donated. All right. If when that donation comes through, I'll confirm it. You will be after Tina on the list, okay? MBS, I feel like you're still here. I know you're probably, well, I don't really know what you're doing, but for me, I read your question. It says, you mentioned he did not think I was the most attractive out of the women he talked to. And that's what I was picking up, but I'm trying to understand what your question is. Do you want to clarify for me what, going off of this message, what is it that you want to know? You're welcome, Paula. Tina, thanks for checking in. I've got a couple people ahead of you, but I will get to you as soon as I can, okay? Okay, so does he feel sorry for how he treated you? Okay. Don't. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say to you in regards to the attraction thing. Um, are you currently 21? Because he's still pretty young. Not sure if you still are or not. But regardless, you should not worry about what someone else thinks of you as far as like how you think about yourself. It can hurt your ego a little bit, and I know it's easier said than done, but you should not worry about this person's opinion of you, or rather anyone's opinion of you. If you are not getting love from them, attention, affection, you should not care about their opinion. And those specific people that are worth your opinion aren't going to make you feel that way. So it sucks in the moment, and I'm sure that it hurts to hear, but you're not built or made, and you were never created in this life to be every single person's cup of tea. This guy that we're talking about, he has his own issues, he has his own set of problems. He's probably like just kind of scummy. And I think that it's important that if he's looking at you as just a number, which is kind of what it felt like, that he is not holding real estate in your mind. You should not care about his opinion at all. I understand it's easier said than done, but I hope that once you really think about it in that way, that it doesn't affect you as much as, like, I know that it has the potential to. So let's see if there's any regrets. All right, does he feel sorry for how he treated her? No, MBS. I'm just getting like he's just a fuckboy. Like, he may be older, he may be quote unquote grown, but he's not though. I think honestly, this was just a matter of maybe flattering his own ego, like trying to have a flex. Potentially, if you guys like were intimate with each other, or even if you weren't, this could have just been him just trying to get in your pants to just feel like he had like another oh my god, another notch in his belt. I just feel here, especially with the Five of Wands and the Knight of Wands that I'm seeing, Knight of Wands is like such fuckboy energy. It's not great. And the Five of Wands specifically means that no, he does not feel sorry, not in any real remorseful way that you deserve. I don't feel that he has any regrets. Could that change down the line? Potentially. But as of right now, I don't think. And I know you're probably feeling taken for granted, because potentially maybe you did have feelings for this person, but I don't know. I just don't think he's worth it. I don't think he's worth the tears. I don't feel like he's like profoundly apologetic or sincerely remorseful at all, or sorry for how things happened and what he did. I'm not sure if the chat is lagging a bit. But MBS, that is what I've got. You said, okay, no problem. Thank you for the reading. Just know that you're bad. Just know that this one person shouldn't determine everything for you. And the fact that he knew you're attractive to other people just goes to show that you do have so many other options. And I know that it sucks when like, and it stings like when a specific person has such an effect on us and we just never felt like that important. But I do hope you know you're worth so much more than that. You're welcome. Okay, so next up we have Ray. Ray, if you're here, please check in with me. I've got you down for a mini reading. Ray, if you're here, you can go ahead and post your question. All right, this is for Ray. I'm shuffling for you now. All right, teammate Erica. Okay, so Ray, I'm getting a message that it's more than one person. Whatever the situation is that's being investigated involves more than one person. I'm seeing that you're on the right track, but I don't think you have all the information. It's showing me here with the chariot that I think Erica might be one of them. I am leaning towards a yes there, but I feel like there's a lot of restrictions surrounding the situation that you're not informed about or that you don't know. And there's multiple indications here, like Seven of Cups, that there's more than one person either being investigated or like a part of this. And the Two of Pentacles indicate two or more people or two or more things. I see the chariot that this is a situation where somebody is going in very strongly, like the chariot is determined. They are tunnel vision, they are focused, they are going to make shit happen. I feel like whoever is like the head of this situation is very, very motivated to resolve whatever is that's going on with you guys, like at your company. You want to make sure you're not involved. Yeah, I'm not picking up on that. I'm not feeling like this has to do with you specifically. Do you think that you would be at risk for being involved in the situation? Not really. Just other teachers came to her class and asked her class what they thought of her when she wasn't there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my gut on this one. And I'm going to say that I don't think that you're involved here. I'm not getting any like extra indication of that. Oh, I see. I wouldn't worry too much, especially if the conversation is happening while you're present. Like if people are asking questions in front of you or asking your opinion of something, kind of like when the teachers came around and asked if you're a part of, not like you're under microscope, not like you're under a microscope yourself, but if you're involved and they're like asking questions to you, potentially I just don't feel like there's a huge risk here. I just feel like maybe they're just being very careful about what information they're providing and trying to keep things as under wraps as possible. Thank you, Ray. Right, this is for Tina. Tina donated earlier. All right, will Philip reconnect with Tina? Philip reconnect with Tina. Okay, so Tina, I do feel like there's potential for your relationship to have reconciliation, meaning that I do feel like there's a high potential, high chance that Philip will reconnect with you. I do feel like he's dealing with karmic relationships and situations up until this point. And so, for example, if he is involved with someone else, I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not saying that he is, but I'm saying if you know that he is involved with someone else, like romantically, for example, he is working through these lessons for this life. If not, he could still be potentially trying to balance his karma where he feels like things just aren't working out for him. He could have people in his life that aren't necessarily good for him until he realizes that he needs to stand up for himself and he needs to have better self-esteem and not just settle in any element or aspect of his life. It's not until then that I feel like he will truly see your value and see what you mean to him. But regardless, I'm gonna say yes, that I do feel that Philip will reconnect with you. I'm leaning definitely more towards a yes. Do I feel 100% confident in that? No, but I'm like 85-90% feeling good that this person is going to reconnect with you. Let's see. There feels like there's going to be some changes here, in that your wish will come true. 9 of Cups. Death card is the last card of the reading. So if I were to guess, you will probably feel some movement during Scorpio season. So sometime between October and November of this year. That may seem like a long time to wait, but I think the best thing for your relationship right now, and again, that timeline can move up or back, but that's my best guess for your trajectory. I feel like in order for him to reconnect with you in a very sustainable way, meaning that you guys, when you reconnect, it's like you're setting yourself up the best way possible for the highest chance of success. He needs to go through these things that he's experiencing in his life right now and work through this stuff on his own without your influence. Tina, would you like to add to your reading before we move on? Oh, Brooklyn, that's okay. Those notifications are so messed up. I'm sorry that that happened to you. I don't understand. Maybe YouTube is just trying to like push my live stream out or maybe like promote me a little bit more. But I honestly think that you should be getting the notification as soon as I go live. It shouldn't be something that happens later on. So I'm sorry that that happened and for that confusion. Um, Flowless, hello and welcome back. You're welcome, Tina. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for stopping by. All right, Paula. I'm going to shuffle for you now, girl. Flowless. Our free list is closed. Okay, so a characteristic could be that this person thinks about money all of the time. Like maybe when you were dating them, they were always about money. They were like, how can I make more money? How can I get money fast? Maybe materialism or was like a big thing. Like they always want the newest and best thing, like the newest and best technology, or they had like a materialistic streak where they like had a collection of sneakers or something was like money and materialism was very important to them. They associated it with their value. In addition to that, they probably were a really hard worker. So this is someone who wanted to make sure if they weren't a big spender and material things weren't important to them and they weren't a big spender, it was still important for them to set themselves up financially. Like they wanted to make sure that they had a good savings account. Put like another interpretation of this is that they like gifts were like one of their love languages. That could be like another interpretation of this. I feel like for whatever reason there's a big emphasis on making money, being financially secure. Like yeah, I just feel like it's something that they thought about a lot. I don't feel like I feel like they didn't want to be an employee. I felt like they wanted to be the boss. They didn't like having authority figures over them. I feel like another characteristic could have been arrogance, potentially. There's also like a characteristics of maybe being a little controlling or demanding. I do feel like there could have been this person battled with a lot of demons. Like they focused on the wrong things, certain things that should not have certain things that should not have affected them or played such a huge role to them. They put a lot of value on things and focus on things that probably don't in the grand scheme of things really matter. So I feel like too, where it says like facing your own demons, is they could have their own like individual issues. Like, for example, they could be very controlling. They could be addicted to something in particular, or they could become obsessive with something or codependent on something like the devil, you know, like that card. It talks a lot about just things that stop them from being the best version of themselves. They had a characteristic is they might have had um like either they had like Peter Pan, I'm hearing like Peter Pan complex or syndrome. Like there is this element of them that like it was very hard to see them like actually grow up. I feel like for them they might have been more like a man child, where you might have set certain expectations for them that they were not able to meet because they were stunted emotionally or mentally and they couldn't be your equal. They weren't ready to be your partner or be your equal. Now, this stemmed from them being stunted at a younger age, potentially due to some things that might have happened in their adolescence. But it created friction because you were looking for someone to be your equal and your partner, and they were not measuring up. They were really good at getting along with other people. I would say that this person was very charming. This person really loved new people as well. Like they loved making a first impression because unfortunately the more you get to know the more you got to know him, the less and less charming you found him. So he loved, like, I feel like he was loved meeting new people, socializing, networking. I feel like his personality was more extroverted than yours, because he loved being able to shapeshift due to whoever it was that he was talking to. He made really good first impressions. People found him very charming. He got along with people very well. But the shadow side of this is that the more you got to know him, the less charming overall he seems to be over time, because you start to really get to know him and realize that he's just very good at schmoozing and charming and being like charismatic. So like it's very likely that when you guys started your relationship at first, he seemed like maybe a dream come true. And over time, you realize that it was all kind of like a facade. And the last characteristic that I'm getting for him is that he probably played the victim a lot. He didn't hold himself accountable. He wasn't responsible for his actions. Um, he probably like always was the victim. Like if something went wrong, it was always someone else's fault or some other situations. There's always an excuse as to why. Like he never really held himself accountable or took responsibility. He always felt like there was someone else to blame, and like always had excuses for things. Yeah. Yeah, it does make people very unattractive. It's crazy how if you're neutral, you're neutrally attractive. If you act like the victim, you become instantly more unattractive. If you take accountability, you become instantly more attractive. It's crazy how when someone actually owns up to their wrongs, they just, I don't know, I think it's because you feel like you can trust them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's such a positive view of someone when they can say, hey, I did do this, like, you're right, I'm sorry, or it probably was partly my fault because I didn't blah blah blah, or like, oh, they're totally not to blame, this is all on me. They are so much more attractive because then you feel like, okay, I can trust you. You know what I mean? I agree, for sure, for sure. Hi, Tia. That sounds great. Just let me know when you donated, okay? Paula, we can add on to your reading because it's still your turn. So let me know once you've donated and we'll get started. Also, let me know what your question is. Tia, thank you for the sub. You'll be next after Paula, okay? Paula, do you know who I'm talking about? Do you know who I'm describing? All right, let's take a look, Paula. Wait, Tia, you said you sent through Cash App. I think I might have gotten your donation. Tia, what did you donate for? Okay. I'm a little confused because... Okay, so we have an unclaimed donation. My assumption is that they're in the chat right now, but they can't talk because I have subscriber mode only on. So once that person is able to talk, let me know that you donated. All right, Tia, I have a love reading in depth for you, if that is correct. Did you want the love spread that I have advertised in the description, or did you want a? I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Do you want just like a freestyle reading where I just let you know what I'm seeing? The love spread, Tia, is specifically designed for you and one other person. So, like, the relationship between you and someone else that you are asking about. If you don't have someone to ask about, we can just do like a general love reading in depth for you. Okay, got it. Dominique, I have your donation. All right. So, really quickly before I work on Paula's next question, I wanted to let everyone know that the list has now closed. Potentially, I'll be back later on tonight. I'm just not sure how the rest of my evening is going to go. But everyone that is on the donation list, you can add to your reading during your turn if you would like to do that. I will honor that if you have additional follow-up that you would like to donate for. But everyone outside of that who is not on the donation list, all the lists are closed at this point. So I will not be accepting any other donations. If you donate and you're not on the donation list currently, you will have to redeem your reading the next time that I see you. Paula, I am getting that they are making changes for the better. This is not fake. This is not false advertising. This is not some type of facade. This person is actively making changes for the better. The first card out I have is the Four of Wands. I want to explain the significance of this card because it means that this person is setting the foundation. They are here saying, I don't want this to crumble. I don't want a tower moment. I want to make sure that I'm setting this up properly and building from the ground up instead of building it on something that could collapse very easily. They are working very hard to make sure that they are coming back correctly, that they are doing the work, that they're putting in the effort. You have a lot of really, really, really great cards here. I think that this person is trying to remain unattached to the outcome, but they are trying to have a lot of hope. So a couple of the cards here, we have Queen of Pentacles, which indicates that they're going to come back ready for like a real relationship. Like really, maybe you even want to marry you potentially. The Ten of Pentacles indicates that they're looking for a lifelong partnership, a long-lasting or everlasting relationship, and one in which they feel like you feel appreciated and that they feel appreciated, and there's this mutual acknowledgement and affection for one another. The Wheel of Fortune says that this person is balancing out their karma. You also have, and also that card means that this is like the Wheel of Fortune is kind of like the Wheel of Fate or the Wheel of Destiny. It has to do with divine timing, divine intervention, um, things that kind of happen outside of your control, so to speak. And it's indicating that this reunion will be very lucky or have a very high chance for success. You also have the 10 of Cups, which indicates that you guys will definitely be more aligned with one another when this person reconciles. And I feel like you are going to intuitively know that this feels right or this feels better. Now, that's not to say you're not going to be cautious immediately. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have your guard up, but I think over time you're going to see through this person's actions and through their consistency that they're serious and that you can trust them this time around if you choose to do so. Thank you, Paula. Paula, I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll talk soon. Okay, this is for Tia. All right, Tia, we're doing an in-depth love spread for you between you and Jay. We are going to see what the intentions are, what they're feeling, what it is that they want from this at this time. Maybe see if there's any strengths or weaknesses in your connection, the overall energy around the relationship, okay? So I'm shuffling for you now. Oh, awesome. Well, welcome in. I hope you enjoy your reading with me. All right, Jay and Tia. Wow. Okay. So okay. I'm gonna start with the good news, okay? Um yeah, because I do feel like I'm about to deliver some not so great things, but overall, does this relationship have the potential to be successful? I have a yes. I have a Page of Cups. So I think that while I go through these individual energies, it's important for you to know there's still hope. There's still a chance, there's still opportunity. However, this spread is to indicate how this person may be feeling at this time. And so just keep that in mind. But I don't want you to feel fully discouraged because I do have a yes as far as like the potential here for this relationship and will it be successful, and I'm getting that there is that potential here for success. It does rely on having faith because I think that right now you might not be getting a lot from this person, and it's like you're trying to take things at face value, and look at things very realistically. But this, in order for this connection to work, it's going to require your willpower and your faith for, can you guys make it through the hard times, or if there's a hardship that you're currently facing, um can you keep the faith that this is going to work? So I think that it's going to rely on some inner strength that you have, and maybe be a little dependent on hope at this time, because maybe what you're seeing and what you guys are facing right now doesn't feel very like there's very much positive change that's occurring within your connection. Okay. All right. Okay. How they feel about you, we have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is generally a very positive card. It's not a very loving card. I wouldn't say there's a lot of, lovey-dovey emotions connected to or associated with this card. But the Eight of Pentacles indicates that while this relationship with you may feel like work to them, it may feel like it might just not be effortless. It might not just not be easy. They feel like it's still worth it. They still feel like it's worth trying, or it's worth putting in the effort, because at the end of the day, they want to be proud of this relationship with you. They have, I guess, like what is the word I'm trying to say? They're putting a lot in of their own energy, I guess, into this connection, like mental energy or mental power, because they want to believe that it will work out in the end. That's what I'm picking up. Now, as far as their current intentions, I have the Three of Swords. This indicates to me that you guys are disconnected. I'm wondering actually if you're even in contact with each other. And you can confirm that with me. But the Three of Swords typically talks about how Jay might be struggling to get over something that has happened in the past. Okay. And that could be affecting the current relationship, making him, and I'm assuming Jay is a him. If I'm wrong, also correct me. Making him feel more distant from you because he is struggling to get over this thing that has happened previously. Okay. And I think that's something that he's working on, and the overall intention is to remain apart during this time. That is why I wanted to be clear in the beginning to not get discouraged that I'm saying this, but know that this is the current energy right now. As far as what you want, I think you're looking for some type of confrontation, even if it's bad. Okay, even if it's bad, even if it's a blow up, for you, that would still be better than nothing. I think you're looking for this person to potentially fight for you guys to have a long conversation, even if it's like hours and hours and hours. You're looking for this person to be like, you're the one for me. There's no competition. Even if, like I said, it's negative, you don't really care because you're like, it's better than nothing. He told me his ex hit him up and that he was done with her. So it doesn't necessarily mean that he's in contact with her. I also want to be clear about that. I see you're laughing. I want to be clear that I'm not saying that he is talking to her or anything like that, but I'm saying that he is struggling to get over the past. So being done with her and not communicating with her is very different than being an unhealed person because of that relationship. So he may feel like he's still dealing with the past, okay? Even though he may not be associating himself with this person. In regards to what he is looking for, I've got to be honest that I think at some point he is going to match that same energy with you, and he will be ready to confront things with you. He will be ready to clear the air with you. Maybe not right this second, but I feel like you guys are wanting that conversation to happen. You're like very, very eager to confront certain things with one another. A strength that you both have is that you're similar in so many ways where it matters. Meaning, you guys have similar core beliefs, value systems, morals. You potentially have another example would be that you have like a similar upbringing or tradition, or for example, some people find that their religion or their spirituality is very important to them, and they feel like their person should match that same religion or spirituality. So typically, you guys can be basically you're on the same page where it matters. You have the same goals, for example. I feel like in order for the relationship to remain strong, you guys have to be similar in some way, and you have a lot in common. And the Hierophant talks about having the type of relationship in which you both identify with each other. You feel like he gets you, he feels like you get him. You guys just are like on that same wavelength in that regard. A weakness that I have here is the Tower. So the Tower always talks about the things that were not built on the proper foundation. Okay, imagine a house. If you build the walls and you put the windows in and you build the roof and everything, and you don't have the right joust, the right support beams, the foundation wasn't built properly, so things can slip and slide and crumble. If we're not building this shit the proper way, the right way, it can collapse, it can fall apart. And that is the problem that you guys are having right now, is that you're trying to build something and you don't have all the tools, you don't have all the materials, and you haven't had that ability to just go about this the right way. So you say we rushed in. That makes so much sense here. Okay, let me see. Energy around the relationship, we have the King of Swords. So I feel like you guys are wanting to communicate the truth. I feel like now, to some extent, you may feel like you're in the right. He might feel like he's in the right. The King of Swords is like an authority figure, okay? So it's someone who feels like they know what's right. They should be the one making all the decisions. Like they feel as though where they're standing, that is the truth. But I also feel like the truth is actually somewhere in the middle. And So the energy around the relationship is that you want upfront and you want honesty. You want him to come forward and speak the truth. And I feel like also he is open to that. And I think that's important to know, is that this conversation is just a matter of time. I 100% think because you feel so strongly and he feels so strongly about confronting this issue head on, it's going to happen. I don't see a timeline in which that's not going to happen, because right now it feels like you guys desperately, maybe him right now, he's like, it's not time, but I still feel like he has that longing, that desire to have this big blowout conversation with you. Okay. And then we have a couple cards left. So oh, actually, we have one card left. I'm sorry. So in regards to what's hidden, I have the Devil. So there could be issues here in regards to some habits that he might need to change, or potentially, you might need to change also. The Devil talks about all of the things that stop us from being the best version of ourselves. And it calls to us and encourages us to really take a deep look to ourselves, and maybe even the other person, to say, what do I need to change and what does this person need to change in order for this to work? It's getting really honest with yourself and with each other, saying like, this is the problem. The Devil, it can be so many things. It can be obsession, codependency, negative thought patterns, bad habits, addiction, materialism, where your ego is just getting in the way. I don't know if I said possession or not. It could even be like violence. Like maybe there could be some kind of like the mental or emotional issues here. You know what I'm saying? Like some type of abuse. Like he could be abusing some coping mechanism. Like it just, like, there's a whole umbrella of what specifically it could be, but the Devil indicates that what you guys should probably put some focus on is, what is it that you are doing that could be holding you back? Because the Devil is indulgence and it's instant gratification, and potentially, because you said you rushed in, that could be part of the problem, because rushing into something and not building things the right way is instant gratification, right? You get something in the now, but the cost is long-term success, long-term fulfillment. And so now you guys have to kind of go back to the drawing board and figure out, what is it that we did wrong here and how can we fix this? So again, there is the potential here for success. I want to reiterate that, but there are some things that you guys individually have to work on until you can get back there. Tia, I'm so glad you said you'll donate on the next stream. Okay, I do hope to see you back. Good, good, good. I'm so glad to hear it. All right, so next and final, we have Dominique. Dominique, what did you donate for? Tia, have a great day. I'll see you next time, okay? Okay, so we're doing a BOGO. Oh, okay. Yeah, that works too, Dominique. So we'll do an in-depth reading and then you can follow up with a mini reading. Either way. Either way is fine. Either way, you donated enough for 2 questions, okay? So just let me know where we're starting for you so I can go ahead and get that reading going. Also, if Nightbot has been going, I've been trying to multitask and it's saying that we're still open, and I'm sorry, all the lists are closed. So I do apologize for those robot messages. I haven't had the chance to disable it yet. We are wrapping up our readings now, okay? Let's see. Okay. So is this a love interest, a friend? Okay. Did you want me to just do a freestyle reading for you and let you know what comes through? Or would you like a love spread the way that I just did for Tia? Okay. Let me think on that for a second while I shuffle. All right, Dominique, I think I'm going to do a freestyle for you. All right. Elle and Dominique. Elle and Dominique. Okay, so I'm starting off here with 3 of Pentacles, which could be interpreted as like this is someone that you met through someone else, through a group or social setting. More specifically, somewhere like a job or a career, but it could be like maybe that you guys were working as a team or more like a friendly basis. Another interpretation here is that maybe you guys never really got a chance to get past the initial stages of the relationship, because the Three of Pentacles here talks a lot about like friendship, or not necessarily being able to get things off the ground, not being able to see a lot of progress within the relationship. So I'm not sure how that's resonating. If it is for you, I hope that it is. But it seems as though there was like more desire to, I guess, get further along with this relationship. Oh, you met long ago at work and then met up again on social media. So that's so funny, because I was like a social setting, and then I was like potentially at work. Okay, got you. So I feel like there's unfinished business here. Am I right? There's the desire to come together with this person because you feel like maybe your feelings weren't able to be fully explored with this relationship. So you said long ago. I'm actually curious how long you guys have known each other, because the Ten of Pentacles indicates knowing someone for a long time. It doesn't necessarily indicate having history with them, but it does indicate you've known someone for a long time, and there is a desire here to have this person be in your life for a long time. I see some type of sadness surrounding the, I guess, result or outcome of your connection. There's a feeling of dissatisfaction that I feel is like a mutual dissatisfaction. They don't like the way that things have left off. And I'm sensing that you might be feeling the same way. They're desiring for something to change. Oh, 20 years ago. Geez, that's a long time. They feel like they want to change the ending to this story. Ooh, you just reconciled? Do you see that something could potentially start up again here? Because I feel like it will. I feel like you guys have grown up a lot since you first met. I see here with the Emperor that this person is ready to show up in your life in a substantial way. Love seeing an Emperor, especially because when we're looking for a relationship with someone, especially if it's a masculine energy, like if you're interested in men and you're looking for like your equal, that masculine Emperor energy is like the best partner for you. So seeing that effort, seeing that that person is coming through more grounded, more stable, it feels really nice. I'm also seeing that there's going to be continued movement and change in your connection. It seems like it's a positive direction, because the Eight of Wands show that everything is heading in one direction. Everything's heading in one movement forward. So I feel like this indicates that you guys are going to see a lot of positive change. Long distance. So Eight of Wands indicates travel. Let me see if I can get more information on this long distance. Okay, so in regards to the long distance, this is still going to be a issue for you. I feel like it's temporary, I'm not gonna lie, but the Page of Swords here talking about delayed news and patience is needed, and the Ten of Wands indicates that this could cause problems or stress in the connection, or this could serve to be like maybe the main problem that you guys are feeling within your relationship. But it doesn't mean that it isn't going to work out. Page of Swords just indicates that you guys need to get creative with your plans. So if you find that this is someone who you seriously want to get involved with, it's going to require you guys to get creative with like meeting in the middle somewhere. That way you could spend max amount of time together when you're visiting one another. Or maybe at some point really discussing like long-term plans or goals. Would that require you moving somewhere to be with this person, or they move to you, or do you both just want to end up somewhere completely different together? Like it's gonna require a lot of creativity to keep this momentum going, but I do see momentum in the relationship, and it does feel like this distance is temporary, not something that is going to last a long time. I see here as well that there is a mutual attraction for one another, lots of physical chemistry. Did you have a question that you wanted to add on to that, or did you want to ask a completely different question for your second one? Okay, let's take a look here. Now, I do feel like it's important to emphasize that in the last reading, I was picking up a message that you guys have come a long way. You guys have made a lot of changes and grown up a lot over the course of the time that you've known one another. I also saw the Emperor, so that indicates that this person is here for this connection in a much more mature way, and they are approaching the relationship much more maturely. So, my guess is that this has been put behind him, but just because he is wanting to make the change doesn't actually answer the question, is he going to? So, let's dig into this a little bit more. Okay, so okay. He's thinking of moving to another state, so I know that opens him up to different possibilities. That makes sense. I will say this leopard has pretty much changed his spots. I think that it's just the way that he's always been, um, has just been due to like his level of maturity, his level of experience, his desire, his priorities may have changed, and I feel like overall this person has really come around to wanting more stability and maybe like looking for someone to settle down with. I don't know if he's like completely changed. He might be overly flirty. He might like the attention from other people. Um, but I think that the difference is that he would be approaching a relationship if he gets committed. I feel like he would take it seriously. And I feel like maybe that's why he never really settled down previously, because he knew that he wasn't going to be able to be held to a certain standard, or expectation of what someone else would put on him. So it is hard for him to not fall back into his old ways or his old habits. But I think because he's making a active intentional change, I think that he's really trying to take himself more seriously, because I think that his priorities have changed. I do feel for the most part you can trust this. The Judgment card indicates that he's taking all the lessons that he's learned and he's processing who he used to be and forgiving himself for the decisions that he's made that maybe weren't for his best benefit. But the Judgment card also indicates that while you have a past and you're learning from that, you are trying to renew, you are trying to change, you are trying to heal, and move forward with who you used to be, but understanding that maybe that's not the way you want to be moving forward. Good, good. I'm glad. All right, Dominique, that is where I'm going to leave it. I hope that you enjoyed your reading with me tonight. It was a great reading. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your evening. I will see you next time.